Knittin Kitten podcast number 39. My name is Mallory, otherwise known as JustADoseOfLove all around the internet. So you can find me on Instagram, Reddit, Facebook, Ravelry under JustADoseOfLove, and ADoseOfLove on Etsy. I am recording in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where I live with my favorite feline, Sasika Sonia, Chris, and a snake named Heidi. And it's about 12:30 p.m. on Saturday, December 20th. Is it? Oh my goodness, it is. I can't believe it's the 20th already of December. But anyways, if you are a new viewer, this is a bi-weekly video podcast about knitting and crafts and yarn and kind of whatever else I happen to be making at the time. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming to spend some time with me today. I'm just going to jump right into what is off my needles because you may have noticed I have a finished sweater on. Yes, I do. I am so excited! Ah! So this is my fourth sweater I think that I've knit up this year, and this is my last sweater that I wanted to tackle this year. It's a gift for myself, seeing as the previous two were gifts for family members. So let me tell you a little bit about it. This is the Brick Sweater by Claire Lee. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. I will move my hair a little bit so you can actually see what's going on here. It is a simple raglan sweater. I didn't do any of the waist shaping. I did do the tapered sleeve version though. So I can't tell you what the untapered sleeve version looks like, but this is the tapered sleeve. That's one side. Here's the other side. And it is knit up in Cascade Anthem. So it's Cascade yarn on their Anthem base. It is the deep berry color, which is number 65, and it's 100% acrylic yarn. And I do believe I knit this up in the medium size. So this was my third brick sweater this quarter, probably, actually, yeah. My third brick sweater this quarter, so by the time I started this one, I kind of had a pretty good idea about how it was going to knit up and what it was going to look like when it was done. And I am so pleased with it. So yeah, I think this is probably the best that you'll get to see it because I can't back up anymore or else I'll be sitting on my piano. But here it is. I think it fits me really well. I think it's super cozy and comfy and warm. Of course, not as warm as if it were not acrylic, but if it were not acrylic, then I couldn't throw it in the washing machine. So I will take that trade-off because I am so sold on acrylic sweaters. If you are holding out because you're thinking, I don't really like acrylic, I suggest finding an acrylic that you like I did here with this Cascade yarn, and trying a sweater with it because I'll probably still end up making myself another Merino sweater at some point in time, but not anytime soon. So this is my final Christmas knitting gift to myself this year, and I am so pleased with it. I had guessed during the last podcast that I was going to run out of yarn because I only bought 4 balls. They are 100-gram balls. I only got 4 balls, and the previous brick sweaters that I had knit up took probably 420 grams of yarn. So true to what I had assumed was going to happen, I ran out approximately here on the second sleeve. So I knew it was going to happen. Thankfully, the next day, I think, Fiber Nook had restocked their Anthem yarn, and they had the deep berry back in stock again, so I did some really quick online shopping. By the way, super pleased with how fast that was. Oh my goodness, I set it for pickup, and they opened at noon, and it was ready for pickup by 12:45. So really fast. Ended up getting some other things as well, but I'll show that to you in the stash enhancement section of this. So there, this is my sweater. I am very happy with it. I was so excited to share it, obviously, because I'm wearing it here. I keep hitting my ferns, so I'm just gonna move that a little bit. Sorry, that must be really distracting. Maybe it's not, maybe it's just me, but anyways, it's gonna move. There. And there, that's my sweater. Yay! That is the only thing that I have finished this last 2 weeks. However, since it is an entire sweater, I am feeling pretty darn accomplished. So, that was my finished object. Let me show you what I currently have on my needles, which I just like you to know I have not done a ton of work on what's on my needles because Miss Megan and I went bouldering, which is kind of like climbing, but without a harness, and the walls are only about 20 feet tall. But Megan, my coworker, and I went bouldering, and it makes my hands really sore. So not much knitting happened after that for about a week. Quick water break, because apparently I'm talking a lot already. Okay. What's on my needles? Now this you may recognize from last week. This is one of my newest Dramarama sock, which is what I have dubbed the super long socks. So this is knit up with Urth yarns. It's on their Uneek sock base, which is a self-striping colorway. It is a numbered colorway. Let me see what it is here. Number 64. So it doesn't have a name, it is just number 64. And I had everything on this done last podcast with the exception of the toe, which is Lily and Pine, and it's her Peach Pit colorway on the Daylily sock, which is an 80/20 superwash merino nylon blend. And I thought it would contrast really nice with the self-striping blue. I didn't tell you what that was either. This is a 75/25 superwash merino, Extrafine superwash merino nylon blend. So they're pretty close to the same yarn makeup, but here it is. I did think the peach would go really well with the blue, and I am very excited to see that I was not wrong. So here it is again. This looks like a little hole in the yarn. It is not. That is just a black fleck from the yarn, so that's not a hole. And the actual reason that I haven't finished the toe here is because I have been saving it for my tutorial on how to do the Kitchener stitch without ending up with the little donkey ears on either end. So that will be coming up now that I actually have a toe that I can show you how to Kitchener on, and well, probably before the new year. So the way the podcast schedule would be going is the next podcast doesn't fall until January 1st. So that gives me a lot of time to do a nice little tutorial on this. So I'd expect this sometime between Christmas and New Year's. So that's what I've done on this Dramarama sock. I did need something nice and easy to knit, so I did start on the second one, which this is great actually because I can show you the cute little balls that this Uneek sock, the Uneek sock self-striping socks come in. So they actually come in 50-gram balls. So they're perfectly separated for you already, so you don't have to worry about measuring out your socks and making sure you're cutting it at the right spot. So they will be identical self-striping. I have a long ways to go still, which is just fine. This is really nice nighttime knitting for me. And I am knitting these up on my 9-inch circulars. They are the 2.5 millimeter, which is also US number 1. 9 inches, what is that in centimeters? I should know this, 20 centimeters. Oh, 8-inch, those are 8-inch. 8-inch circular needles / 20 centimeter length. Okay, so that is what I've been working on. Now, I did start another project this morning. I have not gotten very far on it. Part of the reason was I started with the wrong needle size, so I had to pull it all back this morning. Not that there was a ton to pull back, probably only 3 or 4 rows. So I've started a hat. I designed a new hat pattern this morning because the one that I designed last night would be much better suited to a single color, maybe kind of tonal yarn, and not quite the variegated yarn that I wanted to work with. So that will be on the back burner for a while until I finish this hat, and then we'll see how motivated I am to start a new pattern, which is a lot more intricate, because this one is just going to be a nice little textured hat, and I may as well show it to you. Not that there's a lot to see, mind you, so here it is. I'm only about 4 rows in, still working on the brim. This is with my 3.5mm / US 4 needles currently. I will be switching to 4mm / US 6 once I'm done the brim and onto the actual body of the hat. And these are my 40 centimeter circulars, which are 16 inches approximately. So, like I said, you really can't see what's going on very well here because there isn't much to talk about or show you, but I will tell you what the yarn is. So this is Malabrigo Rios. It is the number 871 colorway, which is also known as Playa, and it's 100% superwash merino. So here it is. Okay, so I just decided to cut out all of that little bit there because it wasn't important and I was blabbering. On to the next thing I would like to talk about, which is my stash enhancement, because that is very exciting. I love buying new yarn and receiving new yarn because it opens up a whole world of possibilities of things that can be made. In case you knitters and crocheters and crafters out there haven't been told lately, you literally create garments out of string, and that is amazing. That's basically witchcraft. That is quite the skill, and sometimes it's underappreciated, but I want you to know that that is amazing. The time that you spend on it to make it into things is incredible, and you are so talented. Please never stop. Unless you have no energy for it, then please give yourself a break because self-care is important. However, just know that the things that you make are loved and appreciated, and it is a phenomenal skill. You are basically magic. All right. Stash enhancement. So I did mention that I bought myself some more yarn when I went to go pick up this deep berry colorway, because they had restocked all of their anthem yarn, and here it is. I don't know if you can tell lately, it seems like my favorite color is purple, but it's really not. My favorite color is orange. So I bought the burnt orange colorway. This is a 100-gram ball. It is, again, Cascade yarn, anthem base, 100% acrylic, and I bought 5 of them so that I can make myself another sweater. Because I think I'm on a sweater kick, and frankly, I don't want to stop. So, here it is. Let me just grab the rest of them so you can see them all in their yarny glory. Aha! Aha! There we go. Look at that. Isn't this exciting? It almost matches parts of my hair. Kind of. I am going to be such an orange garmented lady at some point in my life, and that's very exciting. Yay. It almost looks like it matches my lipstick here. Yeah, okay, sorry, just being silly. I am so excited, and that's why I'm being silly. will dial it back a little bit. I can't help it. Okay. So that was my gift to myself. Yep. And my friend, Sean, got me some yarn because he watched one of my podcasts and saw that I wanted to make mittens. So he got me some yarn, possibly for mittens, and I think it will be some very nice mittens. Also, this does match my hair as well. So here it is. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, anyways, this is another Malabrigo Rios, which is the base. It is a worsted weight, 100% superwash merino, and it's number 121, which is also Marte. There's not a little apostrophe over the E, so I don't know if that's correct. Also, I'm just realizing that everything that you see is backwards. So when I show you tags, it's probably a little frustrating. So I'm very sorry about that. However, all of the notes, brands, all of that stuff will be in the show notes below because I can't really help the mirrored recording thing with my phone, but I can write everything down below so that you can actually see what it says and find it if you wish. I do try and put all of the links as well, although some of the yarns that I have shown and things I have made are from like my deep yarn stash, which is several years old by this point, so some of these yarn dyers are not around anymore. They seem to not be around anymore. So that's super unfortunate, but I do my best. So I do try and also put a note when I know that they're not around anymore or that the color seems to be discontinued or not currently available. So I do try. Hopefully that helps. So here we go. Malabrigo. I really do love Malabrigo, especially their Rios base. I just really, really do. Ever since the very first time that I knit with it, it is so swishy and just feels so sturdy and warm, and everything I knit up with it is just like so great. Yeah, I am a fan of Malabrigo. And here I am over here covering basically all of my show notes. Oops. Oops. Okay. So one of the biggest things from last podcast was how close we were to 100 subscribers on YouTube. And I went through the giveaway details, and since we have crossed that 100 subscriber threshold, so I am gonna do the draw today. The prizes are one Just a Dose of Love pattern of choice, winner's choice, 2 skeins of hand-dyed yarn from a Canadian dyer, winner's choice, and 1 yarn-themed pin, my choice. So while I was buying my yarn, I also got the pin, just kind of preemptively, and I'll just show it to you. So this is Brick and Bubble, and it says Yarn Wizard on it, and I think it is just so cute. Also, I'm a little bit of a snob with my pins, and I really like the metal pin backs as opposed to the ones that are just kind of like those plastic, like just the black plastic ones, because these ones, I haven't lost one of these before, and I have lost some of the black ones. But there it is again. Yarn Wizard! It's exciting. I really like pins. I don't know why I like pins so much. I didn't used to, but now I do. They're just, some of them are so sassy. Not this one. I wasn't sure who was going to be the winner because I haven't drawn it yet, but I didn't know if they would appreciate sassy. So, Yarn Wizard. Magic. I told you it was magic. Okay, so we're gonna do that draw right now. I have all of the names already in the random name picker. And yeah, let's pick a random name. Oop, oop, the wheel is spinning. Who's the winner? Who is it? Where are you telling me? Oh, the winner, Vicky Shaw. All right, I know that you are on Instagram, which is great because I can actually send you a message to let you know. Congratulations! I will send you that message a little bit later today, and you can let me know which Canadian dyer you would like your prize yarn from. And as long as I can find it online, then I will be able to ship it to you as soon as possible. Congratulations! I just want to take a quick second and thank you guys all so much for your support with my yarn podcast here over the last several years. It's actually been going since 2017, although there was many hiatuses, some as long as about a year. So that's why we're only on episode 39. But thank you so much for your support. It does. It means a ton to me, and I feel so loved and appreciative. So thank you. And I am running a little short on time here. I think maybe I'll do a little bonus podcast before the end of the year because I did want to go through some of my favorite projects from this year. I actually have them right in front of me. I have all the show notes done up, but I do have an engagement here at 1 o'clock, which is 7 minutes away. So in order to not be late for that, I am going to just cut it here a little bit shorter than normal, but I will do a little bonus podcast, 39.1 or 0.2 if you will, we'll see. And that'll be on my favorite projects from this year, because there are a few of them. I would like to just show them to you again because I like them a lot. All right, I thank you so much for coming to spend some time with me today. I hope you have a spectacular holiday season, whichever it is you celebrate, however it is you celebrate. If you celebrate, if you just take some time for yourself, however that is, I hope it is so spectacular and you are just full of joy and happiness, or all of those things. So stay safe and warm and happy and healthy, and I will see you again soon.